And speaking of good ways to start out the international break, Patrick,
Let's
4
go.
goals in one game.
Let's go. Bad thing is I only saw 2 of them, so I had to go back and watch highlights.
You're
HOH.
spoiled for choice in the goal of the month now. This is just new territory.
I don't even know who to put.
Pumpkin spice goals.
There you go. Yeah.
No, I only got to see the first one, which was lucky. We'll say it. And the PK, and then I had to go back and watch the second one from Sterling and the Nico one. So,
how about Sterling involved in all 4 goals?
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Take that, haters."
Well, he made a great point. I've been arguing it for a while now. It's something that Chelsea has struggled with for who knows however long. He was played in the right position. He's played on the left.
Go figure that.
He came out and said it himself. I play better on the left. I can do more on the left. So I was really glad to see Sterling get that opportunity to play on the left and perform. The biggest thing, though, for me that made me think, you know what, this is starting to turn. There was no panic when they went down by a goal. No panic whatsoever. There have been multiple times within the last 6 months where we went down by a goal and you could see it on their face. They're like, we're not gonna come back. We're not gonna score. And again, we did get a lucky, goal at the first, but you got to put the ball on. You got to put it out there, right? Just like Martinelli, you got to put it out there. Never know what's going to happen, and that's my argument the whole time. Pepper the goal. I don't care if you think it's going to get blocked. Maybe it gets blocked and it goes off of somebody's shin and goes in the goal.
Or somebody's face.
Or someone's face. But anyways, I was really proud of the group for getting it together, responding when they went down. I was a little frustrated on when we went down. I did see that. I felt like there was a foul outside the box, and they took it and ran on a counter. I was really surprised that Atwell didn't pull it back because he was terrible as official, just putting it out there. He was yellow card happy like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he was flashing them. But I want to talk about something that's going to hurt Lewis's feelings. But Cole Palmer, 3 starts, 3 goals, 3 wins.
Why would that hurt my feelings?
Because he's no longer at City.
Yeah, I still think he's kind of messed up there leaving Pep, but I do understand, looking like he could be a big part of this team moving forward.
I don't see how you sit him. And I really like Broja up top.
He's been good.
He puts a lot of pressure. I thought our press was a lot more compact against Burnley. There for a bit, they struggled to even break it down. It was sort of like when we saw Brentford against who was it? Who did
United?
We see? Brentford
played United last weekend.
No. When we saw them in person.
Oh, when we saw them in person, Brentford played Brighton.
Right. And remember, we were talking about how Brentford was really squeezing the middle there, and Brighton struggled to begin with to try to get the ball upfield, and it really took a free kick a goal kick by the keeper for Brighton to open it up.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. It felt like that we really compacted the middle. We forced it out to the wings. We felt comfortable doing that. But I also really am glad to see that Raheem's playing with confidence. He's still pissed off because he's not making the national team.
I was gonna make that point. I was gonna say, do you think that's what it is? The snub.
I think it is. I think it's driving him.
Should they pick him up now that Saka's not going? Should they pick him up?
They didn't. They brought in somebody else. I can't remember who it was. Oh, Jared Bowen.
Sure.
Jared Bowen got the call up, not Raheem.
I can see that.
So, hey, keep not.
It's a couple friendlies though. It's a couple friendlies, so maybe next time.
The next call up is what matters.
Yeah, for the next European qualifiers, it's gonna matter.
That matters.
Keep not calling him up. Come on, Southgate, just keep it up. Because he's mad. There's no other way to put it. He is mad. Gareth, just keep not picking Raheem. Just no. I was happy to see Nico get a goal. It was actually a really good goal.
He was calm.
He was very calm. He made a move in the box. He slotted it. I mean, that's like something that I fully expected him to sky 10 feet over the goal. And when he didn't, and when he doesn't do that, it's like, okay, there might be something there. But again, I think, and I'm not going to be like X and say we're going to challenge and this, that, and the other. But I think we're becoming a tough out. I think we're in the process of becoming a tough out. And that's a big step from where we were. I think that there is a mentality change. I think that there's a belief right now. And I'm just actually enjoy watching us. I was very upset that I didn't get to watch us, but I had a HOA meeting that I had to be at. We have to talk about that later.
That sounds awful.
Oh, it was not fun. We had neighbors arguing with each other, so that was great.
Oh yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. But so I went back and watched it, and I it was good. They performed. Once we got second goal, I didn't feel like we were going to lose that, just based on what I saw. And
do you think there's a mentality issue because you beat Luton 3-0? They're trash. Luton are absolute trash. You beat Fulham, who are not quite as bad. And then you beat Burnley, who are just a little bit better than both of those.
Well, we beat Brighton.
They had to win.
We beat Brighton too.
That's a different beast because it's the cup. If you want an example of that, look at the Palace United rematch. So I don't really, I kind of discount that a little bit, but do you think there's a mentality of, okay, we're playing Burnley. We know that they leak goals. We should be able to score, but how do you think they're going to look, or how do they think they're going to look at it? They're going to think about it when we come to town.
I think they'll be confident.
It's a whole different thing.
I think they'll be confident. I think that's one thing that is sorely lacked in this team. Does that mean that they're going to win? No. But I think they'll be confident, and I think that they will. Yeah, I'm not really asking about how that game's going to go. No. I just think the mentality is starting to change to where they think, you know what? We can score. We can play, and we already know we can play defensively. But now that we're starting to show that we could, something wrong? I
don't know. I'm sending them a message.
I'm hearing a weird noise. I thought it was from the thing. I'm trying to figure out I'm hearing. I'm hearing
it's coming from you. It ain't coming from us. I'm hearing just fine. Yeah.
I got nothing over here.
Okay.
But no, I really do think that defensively they were confident. I really do think this whole Enzo Caicedo pivot is really starting to work pretty well. Caicedo had some insane stats from this game. Gallagher has looked good. Feels like he's finally found a position.
Yeah.
The guy that can't find a position has finally found a position.
Do you think that in order for Gallagher to continue to play well, he's going to need to have both Enzo and Caicedo with him in there?
Yeah.
Kind of gives him freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he knows he doesn't have to be the destroyer in there. He knows that Caicedo and Enzo are going to do more of the mopping up.
Well, yeah, because Gallagher's playing more forward.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
what I'm saying.
He's not playing. I don't want to say he's a 10 because he's not a 10, but he's kind of playing forward in front of Enzo and Caicedo, and he's also cleaning up, on the press, which, I mean, he's a guy that can run. He fits perfectly for there. You got Cole Palmer who can press. Broja does a good job pressing. I still question Raheem as a presser, but we take what we can get. We take
what you can get. Yeah.
But no, I feel like the we've got something working. I think that the vibes are different. Maybe they all come crashing down during this 5-game run. It's possible. Not saying it isn't. But I do think that there's a confidence now of, okay, we can play well defense. Now we can actually put the ball in the back of the net.
You have the 3rd best defense so far.
Yeah.
Only us two have better defenses.
Yeah. And that's with us shuffling people like crazy.
Yeah.
I got to give him
back after the break
for the Arsenal game.
He's going to be back after the break. Yeah,
I've heard he'll be back for the Arsenal game.
Oh, okay.
Reese.
Yeah, Reese will be back.
That's huge.
Be available.
Lavia won't get picked.
Shield will be back too.
When is Lavia ever going to get picked?
I think he'll get picked.
Why did you buy him? Just to keep him from Liverpool? Like, I know he got injured, but Caicedo is the same guy. And he's above him in the order, right?
Well, I think that also there was this want to push Enzo into a 10 position, and they've realized that doesn't work.
Well, you also haven't had another. I mean, I guess Ogachukwu could have done the double pivot. Yeah. But y'all could play a true double pivot with Ogachukwu and Caicedo, but you'd have to leave Gallagher out completely.
Yeah.
But would you like that though? Because you've been calling for Enzo to have the freedom. Because if he's pushed forward
now, I like the freedom he has now.
More of a box to box.
He's more box to box. I think that it takes pressure off of him to not push the ball, but to score. And I think that's where he struggles the most. I've seen him score. I've seen it on.
Is he really there to score though? Is he really there to score though? Is that like his?
No. I think at one time there was a thought like, oh, he can play 10, but the more you see him, he's a deep lying playmaker. He. This is gonna be blasphemy.
Kind of reminds me of Bernardo Silva, if in the early days. I'm not comparing them, but just stylistically,
he needs to play the Frank Lampard role.
But Frank scored goals, man.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And that's the thing. Frank scored goals.
Lots of them.
That's where he's going to have to improve his performance. But I think he's more comfortable playing as a deep lying playmaker, pushing the ball, but not having to find that final pass.
Yeah.
I just do.
That's where Cole Palmer comes in.
Yeah, and that's where Cole Palmer has been fantastic. He can play that final pass. And man, he's so calm in the box. I mean, the goal to Nico, he just slots it perfectly over to him. And, I've seen plenty of Chelsea wings just blast that. I'm going to take a shot. You don't have a shot. I'm going to take it anyways. Again, I want people to pepper the goal. That's not the instance that you want to pepper the goal. You want to get the ball in front of the goal at that point. But yeah, I have to give DCIC props. He pulled out today with a quad injury. So he can go back to Cobham.
Sure. Just like Saka's injury and Saliba all of a sudden, something's a little knock. I can't go to France. Yes.
So I gotta give him props because he's been frustrating at times, but he's also like he's making, like I said previously, he's making Cucurella look better, and that in itself's big enough for me.
But Cuckoo will drop. He'll be back on the bench.
Oh yeah, he'll drop for sure. But we might be able to then slide Cuckoo over to left back. But I think it'd be better. I still truly believe it would be better if he's playing left back, as long as Silva's not on playing left center back.
Isn't Cucurella left back anyways?
Well, yeah,
for Brighton,
right? But if you go back and watch the games last year, he would get caught out, and the first thing he would do is he would look for where Silva was. That's the first thing he would do. He would look for Silva to see if he was there, and usually Silva was not. And,
yeah, we ragged on Cuckoo so hard last season.
I mean, I have no problem with Silva. This is not me critiquing Silva in any way. It's just facing reality. He's 39 years old. He's not as quick as he used to be. Cerebrally, he's as quick as he used to be.
Sure.
But physically, he's not as quick as he used to be. So I think that if you put a Badia Schill, who will be back, or a Colwell over there on the left with Cuckoo, I think they'll be fine.
You need to find a partnership. Gabriel and William Saliba is a partnership. Ruben Diaz and I would say Johnny Stones is probably their best partnership.
I think the partnership
is like the main guys.
I think the partnership will be, if he's fully healthy, Fofana and Colwell.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it's not, then it'll be DCIC and probably Badia Schill, and they'll switch Colwell from left back to left center back.
They should leave. They should leave Colwell. Let Colwell have that left center. Just locked.
I agree. He plays so much better.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, it's good to go into the break. 4 goals. That's
momentum. Yeah,
6.
Yeah.
In the last
6
2 weeks.
6 and 2. 6 and 2.
6 and 2.
7 and 3. Because wasn't the Brighton game right before that?
Yeah. And there's just
it's in there. It's there.
It's there. That's the thing. It's
in there somewhere. Yeah.
It's finally there. I think the bridge is going to be jumping when y'all come to town or come across town.
Should be a good one.
It should be fun. And, now I'm not dreading it by any means. I'm not saying we're going to win. Don't let that be. But I think we give y'all a game, and that's better than what I could have said this time last year.
On the other side of this game, is your man in trouble already? Well, Vince Kompany is struggling.
No, I don't think he's in trouble.
And he said he's going to stick to it, too. He ain't backing down. He ain't switching it up.
Well, here's the reason I think he's fine. You guys probably saw it on what's the show with Rebecca Lowe before the game? On
Premier League Mornings.
Yeah. So JJ Watt was on there. And, I mean, he came out publicly and he was like, hey, man, there's some things I do, but I like what Vince is doing. And they basically said January they're going to go get some guys. So, I mean, I wouldn't let him go before you gave him another window. Because
I agree.
It wouldn't make any sense to – I mean, you can clearly see he doesn't have the players he needs to do what he needs to do. But when they have the players, they show flashes of it. So then let me get him the guys. Hey, Vince, who do you need in this position, this position, this position? If they're not able to right the ship by March, then you let them go if you're not getting results. But you got to give them the January window in about a month to get guys acclimated. Because right now, I mean, they literally think about the jump they made. I mean, they walked the championship, and now and we just said, I mean, well, I said, in my opinion, the Premier at the top end is better than it's best in the last couple of years. So you got a better league, and then you lost players. I mean, the math is mathing on that one.
Yeah, fair enough.